The Dockers have only gone and defeated the Gold Coast Suns at People First Stadium by 11 points in one of the famous road victories for Fremantle. That was so stressful. But these are the wins you support this club for. That was unbelievable. I don't even know where to start. We'll get into the fans soon. You can check the pin link or the description if you want to join the fan cams. And I'll read chat for a bit first and give my thoughts on the game. But that was simply unbelievable. I can't believe we've actually just gone and done it. We haven't won or even been in the Suns on the Gold Coast in, I think, 10 years. It was an absolute fight. It was one of those games where you have to wear your heart on your sleeve. You have to get in there. You have to dig in. And what did we do? We dug in. That was so good. It was led. I don't even know where to start. There are so many names. It was led by the Brayshaws, the Jackson, Switkowski, Bolton, Wagner, Chapman. Where do I can just keep going for ages. Erasmus, Fife. I think Darcy played well. Banfield. It was just it was amazing. That's one of our best away victories I can remember. That was so good. And I think we put together our last 2 weeks of learnings into one. Against the Giants, we overcame the mental hurdle of winning a tough away game. And last week against Port, we overcame the mental hurdle of winning a wet weather game. And we put those two together. We won a wet weather game against a really good top 4 opponent. They've only lost 2 games this year. They haven't lost on the Gold Coast this year. No, I don't think they have. They haven't. No, they haven't. They lost at Marvel and the Gabba. That's their first loss on the Gold Coast this year. And we have just gone and done the unthinkable. A great win from the boys. We got a few people in the waiting room. We'll get into them in a sec, but we do have a bit of chat to get through. I won't read every single comment. I will later. First up, stop putting him last. We need his energy right now. What a start. Oh, is this Average? Average is in the waiting room. We'll get him in soon. He's got a little smile on his face. I was on my feet after the last Gold Coast goal. Yeah, I think we all were, mate. That is unbelievable. Oh, jeez, Brett. Yippee. That is. It's exactly what you needed, isn't it, Drews? We are back. Get on the flag mantle train. We may never lose again. Look, I saw a few comments on one of our videos the other day calling us, I think it was on the podcast, calling us fair weather fans and, we've won a game and we're saying we're going to win the flag and we lose a game and we're saying sack the coach. Let us enjoy the ride. This is what supporting Freo is all about. I've lost my voice, as you can tell. I'm going to struggle to get through this, but oh well, we got the 4 points. Holy smokes. First Adelaide, then GWS on their deck, now Gold Coast on their deck. 3 top 8 favourites taken down and putting a dent into Gold Coast minor premiership chances. 100%. I think Collingwood are going to win the minor premiership from here. They are the best team in the comp by a long way. Richmond are up 33-6 against the Giants, by the way. I'm gonna mute my TV, but the Tigers are up 5 goals on the Giants in the first quarter. Ridiculous scenes. Horses for courses, babe. Yeah, and it worked. We were in all sorts on the team stream on Thursday. We did not know what was happening. But guess what? Sean Darcy played his part. Josh Draper played his part. Who else came in? Completely forgot. Nat Fife. He was fantastic in the fourth quarter. Won a few clearances. So good, the team selection. It worked to perfection because what we found out was that Luke Jackson's no longer a forward. He is a rockery midfielder, and he is an absolute bull. Undermanned, everyone against us. Holy, what a win for the footy club before the bye. That's the thing now. We've got to back it up after the bye because we've won 3 in a row. And after the bye, we've now got 3 games at home. North, Essendon, and the Saints. Let's keep it going. Darcy pathetic. Well, just wrong because Darcy plays very well. Don't know, Rick. I've got no idea what just happened. Unbelievable. I think he might be in the waiting room, actually. We'll get him in soon. Great bloody game. Josh. Unbelievable. The jabber. Darcy in the first rounder for Cozzy. I don't know what the Darcy hate's about. I would take that, but come on. All right. We've got a few in the waiting room. Let's get them going. Patrick, you ready? All right, he's on. Mate.
Let's fucking go. Holy shit. Oh, let me sit down.
Talk to me.
Holy shit! I watched that. I did not miss like a minute of that game. I was running on the hotspot because I'm not in Perth. Holy
Yeah.
fuck, that was huge. Like I was just, we had that big first quarter, and I was like, we kicked straight in the wet, huge, and then we sort of dropped off that middle part of the game. Like they sort of got their corridor game back, and I was like, sort of I was just thinking this is gonna be one where we just die out, and they end up winning by 15 points or whatever. Nah, that was a huge last quarter, especially like it just pissed down rain. Uh, the track looked so like slow. In
Yeah.
that end, I don't know if you saw that Johnson tackle on Powell. It looked like slow motion. But nah, gutsy from all the boys. Like, not, I don't think there was one passenger really.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one. Maybe Freddie could have been involved a little bit more, but like he's the only one. I think everyone played their role to perfection. We were speaking
Yeah,
about leading into the game that their halfbacks were their main threat, the Noble, Rioli, sort of Yulin brigade. And
yeah.
we had to counter that with front half pressure, and we did it. Our smalls were so good.
Yeah, huge. I thought Murphy Reid, no scoreboard impact today, but like his ball use in the wet and his like decision making, especially late, it wasn't great at the start. He worked his way into it. Massive, like huge to have him in the team. And I thought the backs held up well, especially when they were getting rampaged. Josh Draper really like grew into his role. I thought he looked nervous. He gave away a couple at the start. It looked a bit like that Carlton game last year. It was 66-69. I was fucking not too happy about that score, but yeah, nah, great win. And like, we were $3. I still tipped us. Like, yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, unreal. I mean, you were just speaking about that Carlton game, and then I was getting flashbacks of the Essendon game late on too, where we had a big lead
Yeah.
and we were just letting it slip. How important is that? Like, just to show our maturity to win a tough away game close in conditions that, didn't really suit either team, but we were the ones that just fought harder.
Yeah, and Gold Coast had a healthy team. They really didn't. I don't even know when their sub came on. I think it was Swallow. They didn't really like slow. They didn't really have any like excuse. They sort of had every right to take that game. They had the momentum. It was a 50. Uh, Big Mac didn't kick the goal; he missed. But there was a couple like big goals, and they had all rights to kick it out the middle and just take that game away from us. And Freo were able to like the way we were able to be smart with it, not give away deliberates in the wet. Like, there's a couple times I thought we went down the line, and I was like, if this.
Have we lost Patrick? I think we may have lost Patrick, unfortunately. That's gutting. He was onto a good little point there. I'll give him a second to hopefully get his connection back. But hey, this is Talkback Radio for you. This is not Talkback Radio. Is he back? Nah, he's gone. That is gutting. We'll keep him in the waiting. Nah, he's left. All right, well, that is gutting. We'll get into a bit of chat before we get into the next few. Is he back? He's just come back in the waiting room. There he is.
Yeah, my bad.
Paddy.
Someone called me.
You're right.
Yo,
You're good.
Nah, that was like I don't know what I was talking about. I think the end, like being able to slow their momentum, massive. I know that they had like 20 people at the ground, so like crowd wasn't a big factor. So a bit hypocritical from old mate, but nah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe we didn't bottle it. To be honest, is the best way I can put
I
it.
know. It's so dockery to boggle that, isn't it? And you were speaking about our intelligence just then. We've just got smart footballers now. Like, we missed Dudley today,
Yeah.
who's one of our smartest footballers. But Murphy Reid, Caleb Sarong, Andy Brayshaw, Fifey laid on a few crucial handballs and some chains going forward. We're just a smart team, which is so relieving.
Yeah, I thought the only downside I think is it looks like when Sean Darcy's doing hit outs, he wins hit outs, but then he doesn't win them to advantage. Like, I don't know if anyone else sees that. I thought he was good, and the horses for courses thing, it's so it's so overused, but it's kind of true. Like Ned Moyle, and Jared Witts were pretty tough ruckmen. They're both massive, and I thought both Jackson and Darcy did really well to quell them, especially when they were like trying to win clearance and kick goals in the last 5.
Yeah, I'm all on board horses for courses because we brought in Darcy for a game when we needed him, and he just absolutely. I mean, he didn't pummel Witts, but he created so much ascendancy out in the middle. I think Witts had the most hitouts on the ground, but as a team, we dominated out of there in portions of the game. So yeah, that was such a good win. Do you have anything else to add?
Yes, I think Jai Amos was so clutch, and I thought it was hilarious that it was Shea Bolton against his old coach, who he basically won the game. I'm going to call it like he won that game.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, I'm backing that. Shea was unbelievable.
Yeah, Shea was unreal. And also, before I go, what's his name? Oh, Andrew Brayshaw, getting up after that hit, directing traffic, taking the time, massive, courageous, next captain of the club, like, big win. Up the Dockers.
Oh.
Let's go.
What a performance as captain from Andy. Thanks for jumping on, mate.
Yeah.
And I just want to say,
No worries, mate.
you look scarily like Murphy Reid. I mean, no,
Bro, I've been told that so many times.
You look like
It's
you're
mad.
identical to Murphy Reid.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I get drafted at pick 17.
Yeah, hopefully, mate. Good luck in the draft. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh, but tell me, or don't tell me I'm the only one that sees that. All right, we've got a bit of chat. There's a few people in the waiting room still. Never end out. Oh god, I was getting nervous in those sort of 8 minutes ago period. Yeah, unbelievable. Clark at his best game ever in purple. Oh mate, it feels like he's doing that every week though. Geordie Clark, like he's put together an insane sort of patch of form this year. 3 first rounders is so unders for Shea. I'd borderline trade the club for Shea Bolton. Like Shea Bolton versus 18 week in, week out. I'd be happy with that. What else do we have? We'll get into the fans in a sec. Darcy did his job, honestly. Was strong in the ruck contest, and we can't really expect him to run around the midfield like Jackson. Yeah, exactly. And Jackson was playing midfield when Darcy was in the ruck anyway. Like, he didn't play any forward. So, yeah, it was great to see. Horses for courses. It's the saying of the year in this fan base. Full team win. So proud. So happy Fifey got through. Yeah, Fifey's healthy. You see Murphy Reid and Patrick. The dockside view, I'm pretty sure, is at the game. Or was at the game. So you can't get over Jai's goal at the end. Yeah, unbelievable. The scenes looked amazing. Lost another 100 on Fremantle to win 1-9, and he's never been happier. Oh, unbelievable. Media all week, Freo the real deal. They'll pump us up. We need to ignore the noise and remain balanced. Yep, now remain level-headed because we've got the bye. And after the bye, historically, no matter how good our form is pre-bye, we are so bad coming off the bye. So we've got North Melbourne at Optus off the bye. Definitely not a given. We've just got to stay focused during the bye and after the bye, and we've got to time our run at finals perfectly. We currently sit 7th. The Giants are down by 22 to Richmond in the first quarter. They're being dominated. So hopefully results stay that way, and we could end the round in a nice little place in the top 8. All right, next up, Rick. Are you ready? G'day, mate.
UCAT, how you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good, mate. Very happy.
Yeah, talk to me. What'd you see?
I saw another great game from Shea. Wrapped with that. The leaders stood up when they had to. No weak links. Vossi was great. And I got to give flowers to J-Lo with that selection. Like, I didn't see that coming, a game in the wet, playing so tall. I mentioned that in the team selection that you put up. But, yeah, like I think he really took a big risk there. Like, listening to podcasts during the week, like Kane put our selection in the gun. That was his in the gun. And SENWA said Cummings was very critical of it, and it was very easy to see their point of view. It was huge risk for a wet game, and that was huge for JL.
Oh, absolutely. It was so just intelligent to pick that team because the fan base didn't see any logic behind that really when it came out. Like Fife coming into the team, we thought underdone, but he looked 100% out there. Sean Darcy played his role really well on wits. What do you make of our contest game as a whole? Because that was where most of our ascendancy came from.
Yeah, I felt like our pressure was way up. We still dropped a few tackles here and there, but our tackling pressure was a lot better. Numbers around the ball was good. We didn't really give them an inch, I thought. Yeah, it was probably our best away win for a long time, I think, that one.
Yeah, so difficult. We haven't won there in 10 years or something against the Suns. So, yeah, great to see. Front half pressure, you were just saying, Switter, Murphy, Shea, the whole lot. Vossi, talk to me.
Yeah, Vossi, brilliant. I feel like he's the barometer down there, isn't he? Murphy Reid, probably not his best game, but he's 18 and he's like all the numbers across the week. I think you put some up. Other ones put some numbers up of where he's sitting for his first 10 or 15 games. So if that's one of his worst games, you take that. But yeah, they all did. Jai at the end, I mean, he was pretty quiet all game and he stood up at the end. Yeah, Bolton, yeah, like you said, you could sell 4 farms for him, I think. He's turned out to be a steal in the end, really. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pick anyone bad out of that. Banfield seemed quiet for a bit, but he was crucial towards the end. Yeah, great win by all.
And Jonathan had a big win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I honestly, I'm still in disbelief that those sorts of wins we just haven't had in so long. I think just the maturity of the group has grown so much.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it felt like that when they were coming back that it was going to be another Dockery loss. But yeah, hats off to them all. They all stood up brilliantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else, Matt?
No, that's it.
We got the 4 points. That's all you want.
Talk about the Dior ruckman.
Oh yeah, the 2 rucks. What do we think?
Oh, I love it because when Darcy's in the ruck, Jackson plays midfield, so we don't lose him around the ball.
Yeah.
With Vossi in the team, you don't need to send Jackson forward where he sometimes gets a little bit lost. So I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to talk this week what they say about it because, yeah, like you said, he looks pretty good as a mid. He looked great as a solo ruck, but fuck, you can't. Oh, sorry, you can't. Yeah, you can't really complain about that performance. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they say.
Absolutely, mate. Thanks for jumping on. Have a good one.
You too, mate.
Cheers. A bit more chat to get through. We got 68 in. Jump on the fan cams. The link is pinned in the live chat and also in the description. Nathan Schmuck had a good article regarding the Darcy Jackson combo. I read that this morning before the game, actually. It was a very good article. Kane Corns ate shit. What a win from Freo. Should have tipped them for an upset, but instead tipped the Suns. Yeah, look, I changed my tips to the Suns before the game, unfortunately. And I've tipped Freo every game for about 3 years. So I've let my guard down there, but that's okay. Yeah, Kane's in the gun, exactly. He's turned it on himself. So happy my late Grace GOAT returned today, even though team selection was questionable. Hey, it's not questionable anymore because we've won the game. Hopefully we can back it up after the bye. That's the big one. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but we've won 3 in a row, and our next 3 are quite winnable as well. We're going as favourites for all of them at Optus. So, yeah, we don't play another road game until round 13 is the bye, and 14, 15, 16 are at home. Round 17, we play the Swans at the SCG. So we don't have another road game for a while. Let's use that Optus sort of advantage going forward. Jackson Smokey for the Brownlow. If he plays in the middle of the park every week, then, hey, who knows? He's definitely catching the umpire's eyes. Does Jack have any chance to make All-Australian team or squad? He should do. Like, he's been the best ruck this year, in my opinion. But I just think if he doesn't play solo ruck all year, it's hard to pick him anywhere. All right, Jordan, you ready? He's on.
What a win, eh? No, this was I don't know. I'm at the back of some Gold Coast shops. It was definitely worth the. It took me 2 hours to get down here from Brizzy, but yeah, no, what a game! I'm glad we have the bye because I reckon I need about 2 weeks to recover from that game. That was crazy stuff, but yeah, there's just all around the ground, all around the park. We didn't dominate them, but we fought it out, and yeah, I think as it's already been said, probably our best away win since. Well, I'd say, last year when we beat the Swans at the SCG, because, that the Suns' top 4 team, I say they're probably, top 4 along with the Pies, the Lions, and the Cats. So, yeah, unbelievable win.
How was it, the game?
Yeah, it was great. I'd say it was probably about a third Freo fans, I reckon, in the end. On the buses back, it seemed like it seemed about 9-1 Freo supporters, but yeah, no, it was great. It was for both sets of fans. Both sets of fans were really getting into it. We did get a Freo chant at the end, which is pretty good. But yeah, yeah, great. Even though it was pouring down, and it's still pouring down. It's 5 o'clock over here, and looks like it's about 10 o'clock. It's that dark out here, but it was a good atmosphere, which I didn't expect because of the weather and the fact that it looked like we were going to outnumber them. But yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, unbelievable. Let's go on to the game. I'm not even sure what the best part of the game was. I mean, the forward half pressure was amazing. The contest. What did you see?
Well, obviously everyone's talking about, obviously we grinded the game out at the end, but I think our first quarter is probably where it was won. It was the only part of the game where it was actually played, without sort of weather affected conditions. And we were on top of them. Like, we brought the forward pressure. We capitalised. I think we barely missed. There was a couple of goals. I think they might have turned it over, and Wagner had just completely pounced on it. He was great today, Corey Wagner. I think, as I said, that was probably where we won it, the first quarter. And they came back in the second, and they were probably the better team for most of the third and most of the fourth. But that's the way you got to win them against the good teams. You beat them, as I said, first quarter. We capitalised on their sloppiness, and then we just grinded the game out for the rest of it. So. Yeah, that was where it was won for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how mature was the win? We are just building some. I think all of our victories this season have had sort of a bit of maturity behind it, and we're growing week in, week out, especially over these last 3 or 4 weeks. Where do you see us sort of going forward this season post-bye?
The bye is obviously a big one. I think you look back from the bye. I think O'Driscoll might come back after the bye, which will be big. Walker's probably not coming back for a while. And I don't know. Obviously, Pearce will obviously come back as well. I do think we probably miss Pearce a bit today because I think Andrew would have been much more impactful if it weren't for the weather, to be honest. Because I think Cox might have gone to Andrew. I think in the end, and I think Andrew probably had his number. But after the bye, as I said, if what are we 7-5? I thought probably we'd be about 8-4 at the start of the season, but we win the next 3, which I'd say we're probably favourites to win the next 3. They're all at home, well, one of them's away, but it's at home. And then North, Essendon, St Kilda. And then after that, I think it's Swans, Hawks, and Pies. It's a bit of a harder run, but we just got to look to the next 3. I think that's, look at it in blocks. And those next 3 are ones that I think I'd have a starting favourites. If we drop one of them, it's not the end of the world, but it's not ideal either. So, yeah, I think it's probably, this game is probably the first one where I've actually said, we're probably making the 8 now. Because even over the past few weeks, I haven't really thought that. I haven't thought, we just, the other team had an off day. But I think this is probably the first one where I've gone, I think we can match it and we can do this consistently.
Yeah, it was very, very promising. I mean, in terms of making the 8, Richmond lead the Giants 42-13 at the moment. They're killing them. It's very helpful.
Yeah.
And they're actually about to kick another. They are dominating the Giants. You spoke about Cox there. Cox took King for most of the day. McAndrew played down back.
Yeah, true, yeah.
As a whole, I mean, no Pearce. It was obviously difficult going into the game because they've got some very, very good sort of key talents, and then the Ben Longs, the Bailey Humphreys. How do you see our backline?
The backline, I thought Ryan was pretty good today. He particularly when it got wet as well. He was just he was the first player to just get to a contest and knock it straight out. I mean, they don't really have many dangerous small forwards. I think it might have been Ainsworth that took quite a few marks, and they took quite a few where they just got on the lead and they just completely outpaced whoever was marking them, which leads back to the fact we don't really have a small lockdown defender there at the moment. As a unit, as I said, they were good. Probably not, but as I said, the whole pitch was good. Probably wasn't our best area of the game, I think, but particularly last quarter, we probably shouldn't have let it get that close at the end. But even though there was that freakish goal, but as I said, Cox I thought was all right. Ryan was pretty good. Clark was incredible for the super coach as well, which is important. And obviously Wagner played more in the midfield today. But the defence, I don't think it's too much you can criticise from our back line today.
Yeah, I think our defense has been the one thing that's sort of held up in our games for a number of years now. The midfield's built over the past couple, and the forward line's really starting to click for the first time since the Ross Lyon days. So, yeah, we're building nicely. Hopefully, we can have a good second half of the year, and this win gives me a lot of belief going forward. You got anything else?
I just want to say, yeah, I don't know if there's many Suns fans in here, but props to the Suns fans because they've been good for like half a season and they're already getting better support than like what the Giants have had over the last 10 years, and they've been good for a decade now. So yeah, good big props to the Suns fans, big props to our fans as well because we definitely brought the numbers. But yeah.
Yeah, looks like it. And it's good that the Gold Coast sort of citizens have a team to support now, because every time a team gets brought into any sporting code for the Suns, they either fold or they're just absolute dog shit. So, yeah, it's good to see the Suns up and about. And despite the criticisms of the Nepo baby stuff and whatever, I think the whole AFL world sort of wants to see them make a dent in the competition. So, yeah, great to see. Dockers brought the numbers, and we also got the 4 points. Thanks for joining, mate.
No worries. Thank you.
We got 66 in here. Click the link if you want to come have your say. Pin comment, description. Murphy Reid had lower direct scoreboard impact, but his concept of ball movement was insane. Absolutely, Jamie. I thought he was... We were just speaking about earlier. We've got intelligent footballers, and he's got that Mundy Pendlebury trait. Like how those players looked at 18 years old is how he looks at 18 years old. Like, he's just come into the competition with this trait where the game just slows down around him. And the players don't get drafted anymore. Like, it's all about leg speed and athleticism. We've just got a good footballer. We've been saying it for ages, but we are so lucky to have the guy. And not like, I think you compare Murphy Reid and Frederick today. Murphy Reid had no scoreboard impact, yet I think was really crucial in sort of our success in the wet. Michael Frederick kicked the first of the game, and he just struggled to get it. He was just very inconsistent in game, which is something we've criticized him for. So, look, the fact we've got the bloke playing good footy without kicking goals is a great sight to see. And we've obviously got the weapon in his arsenal of those 4-goal hauls he brings. Jackson, 27 touches and 10 plus hitouts to advantage. He's a gun. A gun isn't even the right word to describe him. He is just out of this world, Dogger. Wagner has been so good and Bolton's all class. Yeah, Wags is putting together some sort of year. I hope Carl Warner's okay, because we've spoken about often this year that Carl Warner and Corey Wagner and those types of guys are the sort of guys you need in sort of your bottom 6 to win premierships and go deep in the season. And Carl Warner doing his hammy today, I really hope it's not serious. Hopefully the bye doesn't good. But yeah, it wasn't good to see for old Carlos. I hope he's okay. And Fifey came on and played his role well. What's going on with Tracy, sorry. Tracy had a good game. Impacted the game massively. I reckon he would have had a few score involvements. Didn't kick a goal, but I think recent weeks he's a bit, not a bit like Murphy Reid because he's been kicking goals, but he's been impacting the game without necessarily needing to kick a bag. So, yeah, I think Tracy's developing his game really well too, and those goals will come as the season goes on. It's North Noah. Well, look, we lost to North a couple years ago, 2023 at Optus, when we were not expected to. And last few years, we've lost some games off the bye by big margins that we probably should be winning. So, yeah, look, anything can happen off the bye. All right. 5 and 7 disposals in a quarter. Like, come on. That if you're times that by 4, 28 touches from Frifey is a great game of football. Wags is a bull. Reid is actually scary how easily he changes pace and angles to avoid pressure. He's such a bright future. Exactly right. He's a very, very special footballer, Murphy Reid. And he looks happy. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but he looks happy at Freo, which I'm so happy about. When Tracy isn't impacting the scoreboard, he's applying pressure, keeping the ball in the front half. Plus, he impacts the scoreboard as we have players to impact the scoreboard different weeks. And we've just got different weapons now. We're not relying on one guy, it's a great development in our game. Average, we're gonna bring him in next because I know the chat's gonna enjoy this one, especially after a win.
Let's go! Finally. Honestly, I didn't know why I tipped Gold Coast, but congratulations for Freo. Well done. That is amazing. All right. And you didn't mention his name. Patrick Foss kicking 3 goals. Top 3 goals. That's a W right there for Patrick Foss. All right. Could have kicked 4, but 3 goals. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Vossi was huge. Who else did you see that took your eye?
Took my eye, Andrew Brayshaw. That last hit. Oh, I almost feeling bad for him, but that is a great job. Such bravery and courage from him. That was, oh my god. And that last goal by James, I thought that was heading a little bit to the right side of the behind post, but no, right there. And I was like standing up, going crazy because I knew we were gonna win that game. Okay, I thought we were gonna do that thing where, you know, with Sydney versus Freo last year, where Sydney almost took that win, but we did it. We managed to scrape it off, and we are heading to Dubai, to Perth for like a month in Perth. So we get to chill. Well, not really chilling because, like, you know, the winter, it's just gonna rain all day, all night. But yeah, lovely that what we got to see, mate.
Oh man, the boys can they can snuggle in, have a hot chocolate over this bye break because they have earned it with these 3 wins. Now coming off the bye, previous years haven't been very good. However, the 3 games after the bye are all at home, as you just said. North Melbourne, Essendon, and St Kilda. 3 games will go in as favourites for all of them. What do you reckon our second half of the season looks like beyond that?
Honestly, it really depends because at the moment we got 7 wins, and the most wins we have to get is 13. So if we get 6 wins, then we have to be in the finals. Okay, honestly, I just don't like the fact like that we are favorites. Okay, because any chance that we are favorites, we're gonna do something dockery. Okay, and you know, I don't want to, you know, downplay the Dockers, but it's just, you know, it's just a habit, to be honest. Okay, but I'm feeling positive. We got Nat 5 in, so that's one of the biggest positive ever. Well, let's talk about the game. Erasmus, oh my god, Razzie. We all love Razzie. Okay, I love Razzie more than Johnson because Rasmus always gets those crazy tackles than Johnson. My God. But honestly, well done to Freo and well done to Shea Bolden. All right. The only like negative sides that I want to talk about from this game, with I Banfield, you almost cost the game for a second, okay? But I'm glad we came back. I just don't want with Freo just making a hard time in the forward line. Just like I know Shea Bolden have been kicking some goals, but he sometimes like goes crazy with those kicks into the goal line. So yeah, just keep chill with that. And yeah, I honestly not a bad game. Not a bad game. Jordan Clark, we love you. Okay, we love you. I hope I get to watch a lot of ball of the what was it? Get down back, bet down back.
Better down back, yeah.
Have you been listening to that?
I listened to the most recent episode. I can't say I'm a consistent listener.
Yeah, same, yeah. Because yeah, have you saw? Wait, what? I just showed you to my missus. She loves him. No, Jackson is our unicorn. Jackson.
What were you gonna say
like,
before that?
I was gonna say because the AFLW fixtures is out.
Yeah.
I just don't like the fixtures because Freo has put all of the top 9, top 10 opponents into that. There was no bottom 4. Seriously, AFL, you want Freo to get the hardest fixtures ever? Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
We're doing double flag mantle this year. I reckon we're winning the AFLW flag too, no doubt.
Okay. We cannot say the F word. Do not say the F word because it's going to bite us. It's going to bite us. All right, and you know that. You know that. We were third, like in round 20, and then we dropped down to 10th place. So you better watch out, mate. You better watch out. And the same goes to you viewers. Do not say the F word. And you know what I'm talking about. It rhymes with bag mantle. Okay? You should know that, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Hey! Don't say that!
All right. Well, we'll leave you there, Average. Love your support and passion as always. Big win. Hope you enjoy your night.
Awesome. I can't wait for next week's episode.
Yeah, have a good one. Fajitas. Get in the waiting room if you all want. Click the link in the description or pin comment. We got a few people waiting still. I think someone was it Simon? He was complimenting Jordan a bit earlier. He's a very good speaker, isn't he? We love Jordan and what he brings to this channel. A very, very knowledgeable lad. You understand the criticism on Johnson, but a lot of his best moments are game changing. Yeah, he was very, very big and bulky in some of the contests today. Was old Jono. Used the ball quite well, and in the wet, I think it suits him because he's a big lad that just knows how to win a clearance, and the efficiency doesn't necessarily matter in those conditions. So yeah, I really love Jono's game. Yeah, 100%. This is the best forward line stocks we've had in some time. We can do some serious damage if fit come September. Yeah, 100%. I think we've just got to look that way, and I mean the fans can look that way, but the players just have to, week by week, chalk the wins up on the board. I think Average just made a good point then. We basically need 13 wins to make finals. We need, what do we now? We are 7 and 5. We just need 6 more wins, basically, to get to 13. And our next 3 games are all games we'll go in as favourite. So we've really just got to start to, if we chalk those 3 up, if we can beat a few tougher opponents later in the year, then sky's the limit for these lads. Don't want to get too high. We've got to stay level-headed. But also, let's just enjoy the wins because it's not often you get an away win as good as that. Twin premierships and the McClellan Trophy. Yes, please. Oh, yeah, true. Forgot about that. All right. We've got a few people in the waiting room. I'm going to get Dockers fan in. Is he there? He's bobbing his head. I reckon he might have some music on. G'day, mate. Yeah, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. Is he?
Hello.
Hello, mate. I think we've lost his connection. All right. I think we lost him. I don't know what just happened there. Tigers are up by 25, by the way. That's incredible. Freo Faithful says flag mantle. I think I've lost him. All right. Let's get back to chat. It'd be the most Freo thing to lose to North after the bye. It actually would be. We are so bad off the bye. It's not even funny. So no. I've actually lost his connection. He's no longer in the waiting room. He's gone. I don't know what's happened. Unfortunately. Thoughts on stopping to check the last group? Oh my god, yeah. So yeah, there was about 9 minutes left in the, I can't remember what quarter it was, but there was 9 minutes left in the quarter. And they brought the ball back, or they did a score review at a ball up. There'd been about 20 seconds that we lost off the clock. I don't know what we were doing, or surely you just do that score review in the background. And if you actually have to bring it back, then you do. But there was no point in actually bringing it back. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all right. We've got a bloke called Freo in the waiting room. I'll bring him in. I'm not sure what his actual name is, but let's see what he's got to say. Mate.
Hello.
G'day, how are you?
Good.
Enjoy that win?
Yeah.
Who do you think played well?
Say Jackson and like Shy Bolton as well.
Oh yeah, Jackson and Bolton were great, mate. What about our backs? What did you see from them? We had a few big performers back there.
Jordan Clark.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I say Brayshaw as well at the last 1 minute and 30 seconds when he got copped.
Oh yeah, he got absolutely clobbered. Yeah, I thought Brayshaw had a good game. Bolton, yeah, good shouts, mate. We've got a few games after the bye. The Roos, the Bombers, the Saints. Do you reckon we'll do well in them?
Yeah, we should be good.
Yeah, hopefully, mate. Well, have a good night. Hope you enjoyed the win,
Yeah.
and thanks for jumping on.
Alright, see ya.
Have a good one, mate. See ya. That's a new face. We haven't seen him before. As always, if you've never jumped on before, always feel free to come on the fan cams, have your say. This kid's brilliant. Stressful game, having a nap. Hey, sometimes we've just got to have a little kip after one of those. Always a stressful one. We've got a few more in the waiting room. We'll get them on in a second. Do we have any more chat? Was it just me, or did Nepo Babies get some serious whistle? What was the free kick count? Because I thought we got a few calls go our way in the first half, to be fair. But yeah, I reckon towards the end they won the free kick count. Richmond have just kicked another. What's the margin now? 31 points. You are taking the piss. That is unbelievable. All right, what was the free kick count? Does anyone have it? Or we just had a bloke called Matt in the waiting room. I was about to bring him in. He's just left. Free kick count was 28-20 to Gold Coast. Okay. Well, I should go through a bit of the stats. So we bombed a lot of inside 50 entries. I don't know if anyone can recall, but that second quarter in particular was very, very had a lot of shades of the Collingwood game. And we were winning inside 50s by a lot. I think Gold Coast sort of tried to even up the number a bit towards the end when they kicked a few in a row. But yeah, I think that's something we've really got to improve, just in-game consistency in terms of, our clearances being effective going inside 50. They won the hit-outs by 5, right? But it was Witts 40, Darcy 29, Jackson 21, Moyle 15. I thought as a team, I think if it was Darcy and Jackson versus Witts, I think they stacked up pretty well. I think we mitigated Witts' influence a lot. Jackson 27 disposals. Yeah, he was so good. All right, Matt, we're going to bring you in. G'day, brother. I'm not sure if we've got you. I think we may have lost you.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Give me 1 second.
Nah, you're right.
Can you hear me?
You're right. I can hear you now. Yeah, I can. You're all good.
Can you? Beautiful.
Oh no, it's very delayed. I'll give him a second to I'm not sure how long it'll be until he can sort that out, but I've got faith. I'll just watch him on. Yeah, he's lagging. So he's driving and he's trying to fix up the old connection. Controversial. Jackson just said on the game it was a mature performance. Well, exactly what it was, eh? Exactly what it was. Just saw him pissing himself in the waiting room. Lid stays on for now, fellas. Get the lids off. I want everyone to get their Tupperware containers out and just chuck the lids out of the window, because there's no need for any lids to be on in any household in Western Australia. We're going all the way. Obviously not. We're staying level-headed. Has he fixed it? We'll back him in again. Matt.
Hey mate, if I lag, just cut me off.
Yeah, all good. I've got you okay at the moment. Just a little bit delayed, but how'd you see the game?
Just wanted to talk about players like Chappie, Wags, even Warner was really good today. Our backs were really, really good. Especially Luke Ryan today on Long. Fuck man, Long's been one of the best forwards all year. And for him to play a lockdown role like that, not even worry about the footy. And we haven't even gotten to Brendan Cox yet. I think last year when he came in, you know, his hamstring just wasn't good. Like it just hasn't been right. And, you know, a couple of good games under his belt, not even touching the footy, intercepting, but just, you know, his job on Hogan, his job today on King, like, fuck, man, give the bloke some flowers. Like, I think all our back six was really, really solid today. And then you talk about our midfielders. Our midfielders are really good. Jackson looked good around the footy, bigger body, which was really good. Brayshaw and Sarong so fucking clean. I think Erasmus played like 78 minutes and he had like 21 touches or 19 touches. Like, and then in the last quarter, he just played on the wing in the last quarter because obviously Fife is in the middle and his minutes were huge. But we got to give this kid minutes, man. Like, what do you think?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm just looking here. So Neil Erasmus has, in the past 3 weeks, he's played full games. He's had 61, 66, and 68% game time. So the bloke isn't playing a lot, but he's making a big, big impact.
Correct. Yeah, that's why you'll see him come in and out of games, but that's his game time. But you know what? He plays his role. He'll probably get an extension with us, but he won't be in the team for much longer, I don't think. But the future looks pretty good because you got Fife in, Driz comes in. I think our wingers are the one. Our wingers is where we struggle, in my opinion. I know Jeremy runs up and down all day, but yeah. That's my thoughts.
He's been a little bit off.
Sorry, say that again.
He's been a little bit off, Jez, but I thought he had a good game today.
Yeah, Jez played all right. I thought Switterer in the first quarter was huge. Really, really good pressure. Bolts was great. Murphy Reid was clean towards the end. You can really see who the clean players are. And Tracy, I don't really know what's going on with him up forward kicking snags, but mate, his effort and his chasing, you can't tell me no tall forward in the comp is doing what he's doing in terms of chasing, tackling and pressure. Like, it's just amazing to watch. Obviously, his reward for effort will come, and the fact that Voss kicked 3, you put that in coincides where he doesn't have to be the backup ruck, you know what I mean? So it just works. For now, horses for courses, it works for now.
Horses for courses, mate. That's it. I'm happy you mentioned Coxie because I think he's been going under the radar a little bit. And he copped a lot of criticism sort of towards the end of last year and start of this year, and particularly from me. Like, we did our best 22s at the start of the year, and I Draper in over Cox. I wanted to pick Cox round 1. And it was sort of based off that poor end to last year he had coming off injury. I remember that Giants game in particular. He just let Hogan run amok on him. And this year he's come in and my camera's just gone. That's me. He didn't necessarily have a great start to the year, but he's built into the season really nicely. Has Coxie, and as you said, he's been taking the opposition's best forward each week. So yeah, I'm happy he's getting a mention because he's proving critical, especially like with no Pierce today. Drapes looked a bit nervous early, and I thought Coxie stood up and covered for him well.
And that's the competitiveness. If him walking up to jail and say, you know what, I want to take Hogan. He pants me last year, which he did. He fucking pantsed him. But you know what? It just shows a bit of grit. You know, he can be a little bit lazy, so to speak, the way he plays, but it's working. He's got confidence in his body now. It's pretty evident. And it's really good. 100% we can't play Draper. We can't play Cox. We can't play Pierce all on the same team. We're too tall. So it works. The system's been working the last 3 weeks with Draper out. Yeah, he was good today, but he has to go out. With Pierce coming in, it's nothing against him. He's playing really well, but the system's the system. It's, I like Wagner down back, Walker injured, Cooper Simpson injured. Like we need to keep finding healthy half-back flankers. That's why Clark can get off the chain. So
yeah, exactly right. It does suck. Look, Draper came in for Pierce as sort of a like for like, so he will go out when Pierce comes back. And we've got a few options now. Like Noddy can come back in and move Wagner half back, or we can bring in James Aish. So we've still got a few options there, definitely. But I agree, we can't really play all 3 of them. We're just very, very tall, and we don't really get a hold of the opposition's best small forward when we do that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't give props to Chappie. Fuck, he's clean. If you rewatch today, like, he's so clean, man, and he's just, the fact that he was the sub round 0, round 1.
Oh, but I actually
what I
forgot about that. Like at the time it was so baffling, but it's just getting more baffling by the week. I can't actually believe that Justin Longmuir thought Heath Chapman's the man to bring in as an impact player and not a best 22 player. So it's getting more bizarre by the week, that decision, but he's putting together some sort of year is old Chappie.
Yeah, no, he's been really good. And it's funny, like, I've been chatting to you for, like, I don't know, 7 minutes, whatever it is, and we haven't even mentioned, like, our mids, like Bolton, like Caleb and Andy, who are always going to do what they're doing, but it's the other players that make the team. Do you know what I mean? So, very good.
Yeah, 100%. I think our sort of bottom 6 players played out very well today, and that's what you need to be a good footy side in this day and age. Appreciate you jumping on, mate. Have a good one.
See you, boys.
See ya. Good man is Matt. Haven't had him on before. I haven't spoken to him at least. Had a few good comments about him in the chat there. I did see that Hugh Dixon kicked 13 goals in the VFL today. One of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Yeah, incredible. When he delivered to Tracy's chest in the wet, big fella definitely has difficulty clunking them overhead in those conditions. Not saying he isn't playing well, but he had some huge moments today. Yeah, definitely. And I think all tall forwards or young key forwards at least sort of develop in that area. I just want to admit I was wrong about Fife. He had possession as soon as he went on the field. Yeah, Fife was very, very good today. Should we start wearing horses' heads to the games? That would be one of the all-time great Freo traditions if the fans got on. What else do we have? If we're winning, I don't care if Tracy isn't kicking goals. What happens when he starts taking those grabs and converting? We'll be a much better team. We've got so much growth in our game. It's not even funny. So yeah, I'm loving what the sort of team and system's doing at the moment. Yeah, JL after that last goal was so good. I saw Freo posted it. It was unreal. Fifey, 7 touches in the last and very impactful, was involved in 2 scoring opportunities. Yeah, Fifey. But I mean, he's a good sub, Nat Fife. I'd still rather a guy like Banfield as sub just because of his versatility, but I'm not sure what we're going to do going forward. It's a good problem to have. We've got so many players that can play in these different roles. We had a very deep midfield today. Like, we had all of Sarong, Brayshaw, Bolton, Johnson, Erasmus, and Fife on the field at a certain point. And it's good having a few of those guys, having the ability to go to a half-forward flank or go onto the wing. Obviously, one of those are probably going to have to drop out when Hayden Young comes back, but we've just got options. We've got options, and that's a great problem to have. And it's working at the moment. He was stressed all day about Amos when he was punching the backboard. Yeah, it was unreal. It was unreal. Yeah, Jamie. When Tracy Amos and Voss ducking 3 each, look out. Oh, we don't even need that, but if it starts to happen, then my God. Yeah. Honestly, can it piss down every week? I like the wet. I've decided. I'm happy to get saturated to go to the football if it means Fremantle just play like this week in, week out. We're so good to have so much future with this team. Oh, yeah. No, as I think Simon said earlier, we've just got to remain a level-headed. We've got to enjoy these wins because they don't come often. These just massive, just out of the blue wins that require a lot of guts and heart. But yeah, and we've got to find the mixture of staying level-headed, staying realistic, but fucking enjoying the ride we're on because it's so good. It's so fun. We find this club very difficult to support at times, especially that St Kilda game. We were here thinking, what's the future of the coach? What's the future of some of these players? What's the future of the club? We were questioning Simon Garlick, whatnot. But it just shows what a few weeks can do. That St Kilda game is one of the best things that could have happened to us. I think it was the proper wake-up call because I think after that we played Collingwood, and that Collingwood game, I think we had massive contest ascendancy that day, plus 29 inside 50s, and we got so much right and just lost narrowly to one of the best teams or the best team in the comp. So, and ever since then, we've won 3 in a row against 2 very good opponents and a Port team who had their backs against the wall, 2 of those being away from home. So, yeah, I think we're putting together a really good season and we're building nicely. The dogs are going off on it. Gee, having 2 dogs in the house is it's always a stressful time. What do you think of Raz's last couple of weeks? Very, very good. I think he's playing his role very well. And I think he's been told to come in and just play like he would at waffle level. He's not worried about making a mistake. I think it's just play your role, play with confidence, play to your strengths, and it's exactly what he's done. He's been playing pure inside mid, which is good to see. We haven't been chucking him on a wing or a half forward flank. He's been playing pure midfield as old Razzie. So yeah, good to see. Young before when he comes back, I think he's an absolute matchup nightmare. Yeah, absolutely. And he can just go anywhere. He's a bit of a swingman, Hayden Young, or he could be a bit of a swingman when he comes back. A lot of versatility. With Erasmus progressing well, we may not be able to drop him. Well, this is the problem. It's the great problem with having these guys coming through, with having good depth in that area. Amos looked tough today. It gave home confidence, which is much needed. I can't speak, and working. Yeah, definitely. I thought Amos was very, very tough last week as well. And I think he built on that today and he finished it off with that great goal. So, yeah, I think Amos is building nicely. Fifey watches Freo Faithful. He was like, oh, kiddies, I'll show you. I don't think we ever questioned Fifey as a player. We questioned Fifey's match fitness. Like, no one ever questions how good Nathan Fife is. We know how good he was last year, and we know what he's done in his career in purple. But the one thing we did question was the match fitness and what role he'd play in a team that was working very well, and in a team where we probably just now got a bit of pace as the sub. But it turned out it was the perfect decision, and Nat Fife just showed us what he can do. Aquamantle. That's really good. Oh, that might be the title of the podcast. It won't be, but I'll give you a bit of hope. Enjoy the ride, boys and ladies. Wagner and Vossi were huge today. Jono haters need to stop the criticism. I'm picking Raz as an underrated player today. Coxie was very good too. Just rewatch the live stream. You kept getting up to that, makes my day. Yeah, it's always good, the watch along. We never have a close away win on those watch alongs. So yeah, it was great to see. I don't even know who we will drop. I forgot how much talent is on the injury list. Yeah. Walker, Young. Jager O'Meara still plays for our club, by the way. I don't see O'Meara coming back in, unfortunately. I'd rather play Fife than O'Meara. I'd rather play Erasmus than O'Meara. You know, we loved Jager at the start of the year, and I'm still a believer that he's of value to our club, but I'm not sure. You can't bring him back in. He's not far away. This better not be the round of upsets, or it might be. It might be. Watch out for the Catters tomorrow. Pies game, no, we weren't that bad in the Pies game. It was just a few in-game things that Collingwood caught us out on. But I think we can, we've got Collingwood at the G Lager this year. We are not favourites for that game. But boy, is that a fun test. That is going to be a lot of fun. I'm so glad I backed in free today. I've tipped all of our past 3 wins correctly. Oh, huge. This is a classic horses for courses win. Yeah, it's everyone's favourite, new favourite saying. Horses heads at the North game. We're actually wearing our stealth kit for the North game. I'm excited. See the boys out in the black and purple on Optus. I reckon we're one of the only teams who could put it to Collingwood. I would prefer playing against the fully fit Pies at Optus. I think their resting players played a bit on our minds. Yeah, true. And I think they were still playing their stronger. As long as both of the Dacosses are playing and you still got some of the guys in the key positions playing. I remember Jeremy Howe had a big game that day. You know, I think we are a team that can take it to Collingwood. I'm not saying we can beat Collingwood. We can beat anyone. We can beat anyone. I'm not saying we will. But, yeah. Horses for fucking courses. I don't really rate the top 4. It's anyone's. Oh, it's so open. It's a bit like last year. Yeah, definitely. Well said. Pies can't stay up forever. Operating at high efficiency at the moment. Unsustainable. Lines at top for me. Winning without playing top 40. Very strong team. Yes. I even think in that Melbourne game that they lost, I thought they played their best footy of the season in that first half, and Melbourne just came back. And I think they're so level-headed at Brisbane about where their year's at, which scares me. So yeah, definitely. And they've still got guys to come back to Brizzy. They're resting Kitty Coleman at the moment, which doesn't help because I've got him in my fantasy team, but that's all right. Jack Deline, 3 goals in the Peel game. If Drewsy's still here, that's his man. Oh, Jack Deline. Is he playing off the wing? I think he was named on the wing. I could be wrong. I'm going to check that quickly. I'm going to check that. In fact, should we get a bit of a Peel Thunder stat update live on the stream here? Let's give a gaze to this. Appeal are playing Subiaco in Mandurah at the moment. Subiaco lead by 14 points at halftime. Jack the lead, 3 goals and 7 touches at the half. Liam Reedy, 1 goal, 11 hitouts. Therefore, old Liam Reedy. Aiden Riddle, 5 hitouts as well. 3 tackles for Reedy. 9 marks for Oscar McDonald down back. He's had 16 touches in the first half. He's dominating. Will Brodie has 18 disposals. I doubt he's doing a lot with it. Nathan O'Driscoll, 14 disposals. Good to see. 3 inside 50s for Noddy as well. What else do we have? Let me just go through all of our AFL listed players. Ollie Murphy, 8 disposals, 3 marks. Jaron Carr, 6 disposals. I'm not sure where Jaron Carr's playing. Probably a wing. Charlie Nichols, 5 disposals. He's probably playing forward. And then Aiden Riddle with those 5 hitouts, 1 disposal. So there are the AFL listed boys. Subiaco lead Peel Thunder by 14 at halftime. Cue the Will Brodie love. John, 100% our future Monday. Oh, I reckon Murphy Reed's our future Monday because he's going to play midfield long term, his old Murph. I mean, that's been sort of the word out of the Freo camp. I'm not sure how much I love the idea of Murphy going in the midfield because just his talent in front of goal is, do you want to give that up? But that being said, I definitely see the Jono claims. Love the way Jono takes on the game. I can see why we're giving him so many games despite the criticism. Imagine Jono in his prime, even stronger than now, and actually clean with the ball. We've always said this. I 100% agree with you, Jamie. 100%. We've always said that the base for a really good footballer is there for Jono. It's just the fundamentals that week upon week he hasn't been executing. But his body and the sort of way he plays the game, he plays like he is a 250-game superstar in the peak of his powers. He's just not there yet. I think we got a good little glimpse today on Jono at his best. Don't think he was at his best, but I just think the base of his game and just the way he uses his body and the way he uses the ball, it was there today. So I like Jono's game today. I definitely agree with you, Jamie. Jono will break out, mark my words, big Brownlow potential. There you go. Sever Andy, Jono, LJ, prime Sean Darcy. Oh my God. What a thought. Find defensive backup that can fill that role means it allows Wagner to stay midfield and brings a better impact than safe option of Aish, although he is reliable. Yeah, it's good to have the safety of James Aish and sort of the X factor in the middle. Both sides of the plane sort of bring us impact. They're showing the Bolton tackle and the Amos goal on Fox. Oh my God, it was so good. Shay and Jai. Dimmer. Oh, God. How good. Luke Jackson back on Adam Goods. Big call, but he's definitely got that potential. Goodsy was an absolute gun, to be fair. Freo, buy me a car and I'll buy you the game. Are we going to ignore the fact that there was way more Freo fans than some fans? Oh, well, Jordan, who we had on earlier, was at the game. He said there was about a third Freo fan, so there were still more Gold Coast fans, but the Freo Faithful, mind the pun, turned out in numbers. You've always been keen on Jono and gave him room to improve, but forever sick of seeing him as the whipping boy. He doesn't warrant it. Liam, you're not in the waiting room, brother, so I cannot let you in. I've got no one in there. I'm so proud of this supporter base. You guys deserve this feeling. Well done. Simon's been here since the start on the channel, whipping home this fan base. I'd love to hear what the Fox Footy panel are having to say about our win right now. Jack Rewalt, Jay Clark, David King, Kath Lockton, Fremantle superfan. Need a free motorbike guy. If not, I can beat him on the channel. We low-key might need that. We need some entertainment. We've got the buy coming up now. I'm not sure what's going to happen for content, but maybe we do just do... What video? So we obviously can't do an op overview next week. We can't do a match preview next week. What do we do? Riding the motorbike down the Cappuccino Strip. Riding the motorbike into Rocco's, into Gino's, into Pizza Bella Roma, somewhere. I think my neighbours hate me now with all the cheering and shouting. Yeah, I think they hate the entire chat. We've got 55 in chat right now. I think every single person is hated by their neighbours currently. We can play in any weather. It's so good, isn't it? So good to see. We might need to get rid of that Garnacho profile picture, by the way. All right. I've had it. My voice is cooked. I'm going to go and settle down, enjoy the win. As Simon just said, we all deserve this. You all deserve this. 3 wins in a row. We beat the Giants away, the stadium we've never won at. We beat the Port by 50 points, and now we've gone and beaten the Suns on the Gold Coast for the first time in 10 years. The Suns, top 4 fancies, flag fancies, and we've chucked ourselves right in that conversation. 3 in a row with 3 winnable games coming up in Perth after the bye. Rest up. Enjoy the win, Faithful. What a win it's been. Up the Dockers. I'll see you all next time. The pod will be out sometime next week. Who knows? Cheers. Up the Dockers. Druzy, I'd love Druzy to come on, but he is not in a good way at the moment. So keep Druzy in your prayers. I'm not going to reveal what's happened to him, but he's not in a good way. So he watched the game. He enjoyed the win. But yeah, keep Druzy in your thoughts. Hopefully the pod will be out early next week, and I'll see you all next time. Up the Dockers. Cheers.